We're asking callers today about the political agreement reached here in Washington this week to reopen the federal government. There was a partial shutdown for 16 days because of a political fight between Republicans and Democrats. Have you been following the news?
Yes, I heard that news.
So
Yes.
what was your reaction now that the government is open again? The nation's debt limit has been raised at least until February 7th. Now you have a joint committee trying to reach a long-term budget plan, a joint committee of the House and the Senate, and they're going to try to come up with a compromise budget plan by December 13th. So, the crisis right now has passed a little bit, but people are concerned that there could be another crisis, in the next 2-3 months. What's your reaction to all this, watching this from Iran?
In Iran also has a different problem, like in USA. I think there is a difference between Democrat and other part of USA. For this reason, the government going to shut down. We are so sorry in Iran. In all people are sorry for this problem or this event have been happened in the USA.
Well, and so now, what about the other? One of the other big stories this week were the nuclear talks, the Iranian nuclear talks in Geneva. There was an agreement to meet again. It sounded like there was some progress made, and
We have a lot of censor. I said censor is correct.
Yes, you censor. You
We have a
meaning?
lot of censor in our country, in internet, in media. For this reason, we cannot get a lot of information about the negotiation recently have been in Geneva.
So what?
But I think it was good negotiation. It was going to be good for Iran, also to be communication or relationship between USA.
I don't know why USA couldn't cure its problem in budget rapidly, and I don't know why the the crisis make a big gap and have a lot of effects in a whole country. Normally, USA is the country can treat its problem rapidly. Decision maker in this situation, it's not about the wrong or right decision. It's about the fast or slow. They always be late in taking this decision because
Well,
the speed of decision or it depends on the experience. Sometimes you can find the person who he have the flexibility to change his opinion from point to point faster and using his experience, his skills, his talent. But the current government of USA, maybe they are got in trouble in making the right decision and very slow. We are talking about one year or more. They are suffer from the budget. Before that, they were suffer from financial crisis. So also the slope is down. Slope is down. All the world waiting USA to raise the slope and investment increase.
We had a partial shutdown for 16 days, and then there was a question of could the United States pay all of its bills on time without additional borrowing, which they needed Congress to approve. So have you been following in the news the reopening of the U.S. government this week? Did you see the story about that? No.
Yeah, now I'm in war province.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but unfortunately, some news not access to the news.
Oh,
at the
okay.
time. But the last week, John Kerry came to Kabul and signed an agreement with Afghanistan and Washington. That is very good assignment. Afghan people are very happy about this assignment because Afghanistan want a good relationship with the United States.
What do you think the United States has hurt its image
Yes.
in the world
You
with the the debt fight and
Yes, in the United States,
What do you
is
think?
yes, the United States is a big country. Yes,
do you, do you
yeah,
thi-
because because the people around the world know about what is the USA, what is the United States, and the USA just like the leader of the world. But right now, I think it's just a little bit bad about the recall and about the managing developing in the country because there are a lot of crises in United States. I just watch the news. They just talk about the financial crisis and jobless, and yes, a lot of because I don't know why because they just focus on the fighting to another country maybe or they just I don't know how to tell because this is my idea to think about that.
do you
But I
think
hope
uh
the United States will be get better soon as like the Clinton president before. hmm
mhm.
I hope like that. If I am not the American people, but I hope so because if the United States become stronger like before,
Uh-huh.
and then I think the world is better too.